Hi everyone. So currently we're sitting in Winter Terrace in our mess boutique in New Bond Street
It's,
in
it's
London.
not winter, it's the whole year long. But it's a very, very, very nice terrace. Come and check it out when you are in London.
So last September, as the release of It Ends With Us approached, Justin Baldoni, the director and the star of the film, and Jamie Heath, the lead producer, hired a crisis public relations expert. So why did they do that?
During shooting, Blake Lively, the co-star, had complained that the man had repeatedly violated physical boundaries and made sexual and other inappropriate comments to her. Their studio Wayfarer agreed to provide a full-time intimacy coordinator, bring it on outside producer, and put other safeguards on set. In a side letter to Miss Lively's contract signed by Mr. Heath, the studio also agreed not to retaliate against the actress.
But by August, the two men who had positioned themselves as feminists and allies in the Me Too era expressed fears that her allegations would become public and taint them, according to a legal complaint that she filed this Friday. It claims that their PR effort had an explicit goal to harm Miss Lively's reputation instead.
Her filing includes excerpts from thousands of pages of text messages and emails that she obtained through a subpoena. These and other documents were reviewed by the New York Times. By the way, they're all online. You can go ahead and read them all yourself. There are like 80 pages of it. She detailed her complaints during a meeting with Mr. Baldoni, Mr. Heath, and other producers in January, according to the legal filing. She claimed Mr. Baldoni had improvised unwanted kissing and discussed his sex life, including encounters in which he said he may not have received consent. Oh. Mr. Heath had shown her a video of his wife naked, she said, and he had watched Miss Lively in her trailer when she was topless and having body makeup removed, despite her asking him to look away. She said that both men repeatedly entered her makeup trailer uninvited while she was undressed, including when she was breastfeeding. Okay, to be honest, I believe all of the accusations, and it sounds like both of them are perverts.
As the film release neared, Miss Lively and other cast members informed Sony and Wayfarer that they would not do any appearances alongside Mr. Baldoni. So did Miss Hoover, the author, who had her own dissatisfactions with him and had become more upset after he told her about Miss Lively's allegations, according to text messages from Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath.
On August 10, Kirsty Fla, a Norwegian entertainment reporter, uploaded to YouTube a 2016 interview in which Miss Lively snapped back when Miss Fla commented on her baby bump and remained testy for the rest of the conversation. To be honest, she was very mean during that interview. Miss Fly titled it "The Blake Lively interview that made me want to quit my job," and told the Daily Mail that it's time that people behaving badly in Hollywood or anywhere else, for that matter, gets called out for it. I strongly agree that people who behave badly should be called out, and she deserved this video to be uploaded.
During the film rollout, Miss Lively was also accused of being insensitive about domestic violence. The official promotion plan instructed the cast to focus more on the uplifting aspects of the movie than on abuse, and to embrace a floral theme. Her character has a floral shop. In several appearances, she never made reference to domestic violence at all, and she faced criticism when her Betty Boo's beverage company was promoting the film, which I agree is extremely strange, given the role alcohol can play in abusive relationships.
I have questions to the whole marketing team and Blake Lively as well. I think that they are all tone deaf. It's not only Blake Lively. Seeing that blowback, the text messages showed Mr. Baldoni and his PR team decided instead to highlight survivors of domestic violence in his interviews and social media.
So of
I
course
think he couldn't
care
care.
very nice.
Yeah, but
compared
I
to
doubt
her.
that he cared at all about domestic violence.
More criticism came when Miss Lively said in an interview that Mr. Reynolds, who had no role in the film, had helped rewrite a scene prompting snarky comments about the actress leaning on her husband and speculation that he had violated the writer's strike.
A brand marketing consultant, Tara Kidd, produced a report in August for Miss Lively that concluded that she had likely been the object of a targeted multi-channel online attack similar to one against Miss Heard, and that it was damaging her reputation. To be honest, I think that Blake Lively's reputation is never going to go back to how it was before.
The report did not identify who was behind the attack, but by analyzing the entirety of Google's search index for Miss Lively's name, it was found that 35% of the results also included a reference to Mr. Baldoni, which is strange. This was highly unusual given the length of her career, the company said, and suggested that the media environment was being manipulated. A separate report by Miss Lively's hair care company, Blake Brown, concluded that the social media onslaught also had a negative effect on that business. Her product line, which had launched in August with record-breaking sales, estimates that it lost as much as 78% in sales.
To be honest, it's almost all of the sales. With the recent arrival of It Ends With Us on Netflix, Mr. Baldoni has begun another round of promotion and messaging. In an interview on Access Hollywood, he said there is never an excuse to hurt a woman physically or emotionally. He added, "We men have to step up and figure out how we can be better allies."
Of course,
really
they looked as a very, very good
but
white
it's
knights.
funny.
So, in general, Blake Lively filed 80 pages lawsuit with lots of screenshots of Justin Baldoni talking with his PR team about their social media campaign against her.
One of the things I didn't like was the fact that Blake Lively has never publicly answered any of the allegations, never apologized, never said what's her opinion, and now we kind of understand why. I think she couldn't have. I think usually when you're about to file a lawsuit, you have to be quiet. This is what your
before
lawyers,
that.
what your lawyers advise you to. So this is obvious why. Or there is another. These are all our speculations, and we are not taking any sides. We strongly believe that both of them are guilty, but of different things. But it's either she wasn't allowed or wasn't advised to speak out, or she thought she was advised to be quiet and that everything is going to go away if she never addresses anything.
And apologizes.
And when her reputation was ruined, they decided to file a lawsuit. What is your opinion?
So basically, I remember how it all started. First of all, I read 2 books, and I was really looking forward to watch this movie when I found out that Blake Lively is going to star there. After all of this dirt and all of this drama, honestly, I just can't stand this book. I just can't stand this movie. To me, they just ruined all of it. First of all, because they didn't take this domestic violence issue seriously. I filmed a video about how she and the author Colin Hoover, how they badly handled all of the PR and press
But
campaign
also
around
they
this movie.
used way too much it as a possibility
To sell.
to promote their own brands, like nail polish brand.
Because Colin Hoover launched her nail polish brand, and Blake Lively launched her hair product, and I mean,
and
come on.
booze brand.
Yeah, and she promoted alcohol drinks, which was
I think
completely wrong.
during the premiere, audience was served, or during the party, the audience was served
Cocktails.
with the names of the
Weird
cocktails
names,
had like
yeah.
flower shop.
And her famous signature phrase, "wear florals and go to the cinemas and enjoy this movie," is really weird, knowing the sensitive subject of this movie. So for me, I agree, and honestly, to me, she was, first of all, tone deaf. She had no sympathy and no empathy towards domestic violence abused women
But
and
the
men.
thing is that I'm pretty sure that Justin Baldoni couldn't care less about the victims as well. I think he was advised by his PR team, and they've done a really, really good job. And he looked like a knight, but I think he doesn't care. I think he would have promoted the movie exactly the same way if the team was on his side. And also, I find it super suspicious that every single person who worked in the movie is against him, like all the cast. No one wanted to do any promotion with him.
Yeah, yeah.
I really think that if he was a good guy and she was a bad person, no way that everyone would be on her side.
Yeah. So from one side, yeah, she handled PR and press campaign badly, but from another side, we all know that it is a very, very huge problem that a happy woman and successful, she's happily married, she has lots of kids, they seem very happy with her husband, she has a very successful career, she's beautiful, she, the whole package, and it's very, very easy to hate and dislike a happy woman. And in a modern society, it is very difficult to be a happy woman compared to a happy, successful man.
But I think in general it's super dangerous and extremely scary how your image can be ruined basically over one night.
Yeah.
Because internet, like millions of people over TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram.
So it means that if you read the same narrative 10 times, you just automatically start believing in it. So it's just the way how propaganda works, and it's really dangerous.
But also, like, to be honest, all of the, even YouTube bloggers, it's much better for people to hate Blake Lively and get views than Justin Baldoni, because I had no idea who this guy is before the movie. So I would never watch a video about his reputation. No, like, we're not taking any side. We think both of them are guilty, but of completely different things. But it's very interesting. I know that you have some interesting comments.
I have some interesting comments. So
I would love to discuss them
yesterday I read a lot of comments, mostly on TikTok, because on TikTok is now a lot of people that get information from TikTok, and it started, the whole this thing started on TikTok, and 80% of them were negative. 80% are saying that Blake is mean, she's awful,
But do they
blah, blah, blah.
believe Justin?
No, they just hate Blake.
So they don't care.
Yeah, people just hate her. So one of the comments says, but she didn't think Woody Allen was a problem. Do you think she would leave her kids alone with him?
I find this comment super strange. I don't understand why she has to leave her kids with Woody Allen.
Yeah.
And why we are comparing to Woody Allen. Did she leave her kids with Baldoni? But in any case, she was much younger when she filmed a movie with Woody Allen. Now she has way more power. I'm not sure if she was married before.
No, I don't think she was married to Ryan Reynolds.
She is much older. She has more power. She's more famous. And let's not compare Justin Baldoni and Woody Allen, who has more power. Of course, it's way easier for her now to speak up against Baldoni than Woody Allen.
And any woman who is, like, for example, in her 20s, of course, has these weird situations when we don't know how to react, and we're just young, we just don't know how to react, so we can't be blamed for that. And of course, it's easier when you're already 30 plus, 40 plus, to stand for yourself, because you're a different person. So the other comment says, not picking sides, but maybe she wants the right to the end with Us franchise. Justin has the rights to the films because the author sold them to him. That's what I've been saying, not saying it is true.
Okay, so I thought the same thing before. And now I think that no one wants the rights to a second part, to be honest, because I don't think it's going to be filmed. And if it's going to be filmed,
or after many years,
and maybe different actors, neither Baldoni or Blake Lively. I think no one is going to watch
not to start this movie.
I think everyone should forget about the second part, because even if a year or two passes and, for example, Blake Lively buys the rights and she plays Lily Bloom, all this dirt and scandals and everything will come up again online, and she's going to be hated and hated and hated. I think she shouldn't be part of this movie again, and I think he shouldn't be part of this movie either. To be honest, if I would never watch this movie, even if it was like free on Netflix.
I think in general, prior to this movie, her husband and she, they had this image. They were always laughing, always happy. I think they no longer would be able to have this image. I think after this incident with her handling bad the PR. She was kind of accused of being a very shallow person, so it would be very difficult for her to keep joking, laughing after you've
Definitely
been
no one wants
already
to watch this.
accused of being shallow. I think you need to have this another
Yeah.
image of a more serious person that cares
But
about serious
you should start from
issues.
like completely different and new project.
Yeah,
I think
completely different.
it's going to be super weird.
And also she
to
needs
start
to
the
behave
same.
differently.
Yeah, but if she does the same movie, but then now she's like very
It's not
pro.
credible. No, it's not credible.
credible.
And the final comment that I'm going to read is, come on, guys. Obviously, you can hold her accountable for her interviews while also believing this. You don't have to switch perspectives.
Completely agree with this comment. I think this is what everyone should do. We should be very objective. I do believe that there was sexual harassment on set, and if we hate her or dislike her for being mean or tone deaf, we should still hold her accountable for that behavior, but we shouldn't let go accusations of Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment just because we don't like her.
Yeah, 100%. And we don't have to also to pick sides right now. Okay, so for example, for me, I still don't like how she handled the press campaign, etc. But I believe her. I'm sure that she wouldn't lie. I mean, what's the point in this case?
Oh, I think it will damage her reputation
Yeah,
even more
no,
if they
yeah,
find
yeah.
if she won't be able to prove that sexual harassment took place.
And it will be like the end of his career, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know what is your opinion. Are you side Blake Lively or Justin Baldoni?
And thank you so much, Hermes Boutique, Terrace, for giving us this opportunity to film this informative video here. Thank you. Bye.